A developing story out of North Jonesboro after a suspected murder on South Circle. 40-year-old Brian Ward was found dead from a possible gunshot wound. He was found around 10:45 Saturday night at his home. Police believe this was not a break-in. Ward's body was sent to the Arkansas State Crime Lab for an autopsy. Jonesboro police have not given any details about a possible suspect or a motive for the killing. South Circle resident Vincent Selvey says the death was unexpected and scary. If you have any information on this case, you should call the Jonesboro Police Department or Crime Stoppers anonymously at 935-STOP. Right now, this makes 8 homicides in Jonesboro this year. 2 others are still active investigations. The first goes back to late January, when the body of Donald Hubbard was discovered during a welfare check at his home on Shady Grove Road. He was shot multiple times. Hubbard's killer is still out there. On August 29th, police responded to an unattended death on K Lane. 57-year-old Ronald Boyle's death was eventually ruled a homicide. No arrest have been made. We are told investigators are waiting for information from the Arkansas State Crime Lab on both of those cases. In Sharp County, a company is planning to bring 245 new jobs. Emerson announced it will open a facility in Ash Flat. It will operate within the company's tools and home products segment and manufacture products for the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing industry. Ozarka College and Black River Technical College will collaborate with Emerson to develop a training program for the company. Hytrol Conveyor Company announced expansion plans outside of Jonesboro. The plant would be $20 million. They expect to hire 200 full-time workers when completed. Hytrol President David Peacock stressed the company headquarters will stay in Jonesboro, saying no jobs would be lost with the expansion. Hytrol employs more than 1,300 people in Northeast Arkansas.
Moved here in 1946, the airfield was covered with World War II airplanes at that time.
A piece of history will be in Lawrence County until today, one of around 10 airworthy B-17 bombers left in existence. Hundreds of people gathered to have a look at this piece of World War II history. Harold Johnson is president of the Wings of Honor Museum. He remembers when the current airfield was used as a Marine Air facility. After Johnson attended a reunion 3 years ago celebrating the 75th anniversary of the airfield, he said he wanted to bring a bomber back to Walnut Ridge. Johnson was able to raise the funds to bring the Yankee Air Museum, based in Michigan, to Lawrence County. Pilot Grant Schwartz says it's great to bring a bit of history to Region 8.
It's always an honor to be able to go around the country.
You can tour the plane or take a ride. Details can be found on the Region 8 News app or KAIT8.com. New this morning, if you were a bride or groom during this pandemic, your wedding might have looked different than you imagined, or it didn't happen at all this year.
One couple still managed to have their dream wedding, and they share tips on how you can too. Haley Pilot has more.
They still had their dream.
That was Haley Pilot reporting. And Destiny, speaking of pandemic weddings, I think your wedding went off without a hitch a couple months back. What were some of the tips you had?
Yes, so we're very grateful. We did not have any COVID that was spread at my wedding. I'm still so thankful. We did all of the precautions. Masks were worn. Temperatures were taken at the door. If you had a guest book, we had pins for every guest that was there, so you wouldn't share the same pin. What else did we do? Social distancing.
Social distancing, yeah. There was
a lot that went into it, but you're capable of pulling it off. It's just going to look different than you expected it to. But just like she said, at the end of the day, you're getting married, and that's the only thing that matters.
And it was a dream wedding. It was a beautiful wedding.
Thank you, Adam.